Hey guys, Cal here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on the topic of the different types of bases you can find in Clash of Clans. I wanted to bring this up because I'm currently thinking about going to Town Hall 12 with this account. And what a lot of people might look at this base and think is that it is rushed. You have these level 1 archer towers, these level 1 wizard towers, and if you go to your laboratory, it's not even close to being finished. Well, this is what I like to call an engineered, or I guess it would be called engineered, but like an attacks first war assist. Like it's a type of base that you max out your offense and then move on to the next town hall. Because if we look at it, we have our max queen, and we have our max warden, we have our max king. We also use lava loon, which if you look at it, we have our maxed wall breaker, maxed goblin, max balloon, max healer for the queen, max rage, and we're currently going to our max freeze spell. And once that's done, that's of course when we're going to go to the next town hall. We do need to max out our haste spell and our minions, but these ones I don't really use in Loon. But this is one more upgrade which we might hammer later in this town hall's lifespan. But we also have time because we're constantly upgrading heroes, and we upgraded what's most important, the lava hound. If we wanted to go even deeper, we would upgrade these ice golems for maybe a Sui hero Lalo, but for the most part we don't upgrade. Like these witches are still level 1. Anything that we don't really see ourselves using. I do have another account that focuses on ground attacks, so that will of course have the witches upgraded and the lava hounds not upgraded, because that is not necessary to the attack that town hall, that account is trying to achieve. I thought that we would look at a few other examples of other types of bases. The next base is the more traditional base. This guy, Alex, is always going to max out everything on his base before moving to the next town hall. He's currently at Town Hall 13, and if you look at all his defenses, they were maxed out at Town Hall 12, and his walls were all maxed out at Town Hall 12, as well as his heroes and army camps and everything. Everything was upgraded before moving on. This is what you should do if you only have one account, just because you don't know enough about, I don't want to assume that you don't know enough about the game, but you might not know everything you want to know about the game before moving forward. Because this is not my main account, I'm able to do this because I have a max Town Hall 14 and I know what attack strategies I like to use, and I wouldn't mind pinholing myself into a single strategy. For example, I'm not going to be using witches on this account because I know I'm not a witch attacker. If I did not know that I did not want to use witches, then I should upgrade those witches in case that I do want to use them. But because I know I don't use them, that's why I know not to upgrade them. That's why this is my second account and why I want to do this. Another type of base is let's see if we have an example. This one might not be the best. This is an example of a rushed base, but we'll use this as an example of a donation base. Let's say that you want an account to go all the way to Town Hall 14 for the sole purpose, and this one does a good job of donating all the siege machines, because siege machines are very powerful. So having an account that rushes as fast as it can with no heroes maxed out to essentially give you access to CC troops and CC perks that you wouldn't have if you went a slow, more traditional route. This type of base, depending on your clan, will never be used in war because it's just too weak and does not have the offensive capabilities in order to be used in war. Now we'll go to a more extreme example of this type of base. Let's see, being my Town Hall 14 or Town Hall 13 here, which now it's been upgraded a bit and now has max heroes. But this base has max heroes, but used to have only level 1 defenses until I decided that I want to upgrade. But you can have bases like this that are really trying to get there quickly and don't essentially have any presence in war. But I did want to have a presence in war, so that's why I upgraded my heroes to max. But this base, because it's so lowly upgraded on the defensive side, will always give up the 3-star. And if this, you should only do this, for example, I would only bring this to a clan that has a lot of Town Hall 13s. I would not want this to be our top base, because that means I'm giving up a 3-star every single time. You want this to be lower on the base, so make sure you consider that before rushing or doing what you want to do with the base. Long story short, you should do what I'm doing, maxing out heroes, moving on to the next thing. If it is your second account, I would not recommend doing this if it is your first account. If you only have one account, I 100% always recommend doing the max out everything before moving on. The only problem with maxing out everything before you move on is because Supercell will put out a new Town Hall every so often. You will never be able to reach the highest level, and that's why if you have accounts like this one where you're maxing out heroes and moving on, you're really cutting down the time you need by not doing these defenses to at least get to the highest attacks and use those strategies, and then work on your defenses as time goes on, knowing you won't be maxed out, but knowing that you can at least compete with maxed out bases. So I hope that did enlighten you guys a little bit on the types of bases you can build in Clash of Clans. This one being rushed, but like a slow rushed engineered base for war. We have the traditional maxing out base where you max out everything, and what most people want when you're joining a clan. That's also a big deal. If you max out like this, the chances of you getting into a clan is much higher than if I rolled up with this one. I do have maxed out heroes, so I might be able to get into a base relatively quickly, but someone might look at my base and be like, this guy is rushed, we don't want him. So be aware of that if you are rushing, that sometimes it would be difficult to get into certain clans if they do not allow rushed players. And we have the donation base where you rush to the highest one purely for donations. The only problem with this type of base is that this is actually the most effective way to get to a maxed offense, is you max out your Town Hall and then you max out your heroes non-stop, because now you have access to all of them, so then they can all upgrade at the same time. But if you don't put in the work, this turns into the fourth type of base on this list, which is rushed, in the negative sense, where you're just essentially useless to the clan in war and useless on defense also, because you can't attack nor defend. So just be very aware if you do have a donation account, that most likely you won't be able to be in war, and you shouldn't put it in war, or else you'll probably be a detriment to the clan. So those are the big four, and I hope this informed you so you can make the choices that you want, and maybe create 3 accounts. Maybe one is your main rushed one, maybe one is your war engineered base, and maybe one is the one that you rush to the highest Town Hall in order to help aid your clan and yourself with donations. I highly recommend having those 3 accounts, but if you are in a good clan that donates frequently and has access to everything, you probably don't need to waste time on a donation base. But it's always nice to have, because you never know when a clan might fall apart, or leadership, you never know when something might happen. So you always want to be prepared. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.